Oh, oh. Just a minute, oh. Young gentleman, do the light he come?
Oh, Douglas.
Yeah.
That's good. Yes, he's going to build it, is he?
Yeah, we'll let him come.
Right, oh, yes. That's grand. Now, that Douglas is going to come, the young man who's been doing the lights, as I was telling you. Now, that is Mrs. Hildred's son, Mona's brother, who came earlier with the trumpet. Now, he's going to build. He's built before, he builds very well and speaks very well. But I'd like you to note that this young man has learned to speak whilst in the spirit world. He was, as I say, only a few days old when he passed over, and simply by listening to us here on this earth, he has learned to speak. So you will be very interested to listen to his voice, because it has no intonation or has very little accent of any kind. And he did used to speak very slowly, but he has now been able, through practice, to speak quite normally. I think he's here, you know, without singing. I can see the curtain coming, though. Come on then, Douglas. I'm sitting at the side of the curtain. I can see the curtain moving to the side. That's why I was saying I think he's here. Yes, here he is. Now we can just see him.
Hello, Master. I am so pleased to come to be able to do the lights. It is a great privilege to me. And I hope in the future to be able to get them colored. I cannot stand the light too much, but I can still speak to you behind this curtain.
Yes, that's all right.
I am still in the materialized form.
Yes, good.
I would like to say to the people of your world, Mother, we from the world of spirit send our greetings to all mankind on your earth.
Acho que vai ter uma pequena coisa para fazer.
Eu mando a Edith rezar o Pai Nosso em português, em alemão.
Não precisa.
Não precisa? Tá bom.
Eu acho que os fotógrafos vão ter que subir.
Será? Será que é possível? Será difícil, hein?
Por que é difícil?
Porque é muito alto a rampa aqui, o palco é muito alto.
Então?
Eu ponho para eles subir com uma cadeira, pronto. Eu falo com eles.
Espera um pouco. Vamos estudar o caso.
Wir müssen den Fall jetzt studieren. Hänschen will, dass die Fotografen jetzt hier heraufkommen.
E se você e o Virgílio, com uma das mãos, abrirem as cortinas? Eu ponho eles bem no meio.
Tá bom, mas escuta, eu posso mandar eles subir com uma cadeira. Se
eles podem cair, Mariana.
É melhor, né? Tá.
Não, eles podem cair.
Podem ficar lá?
Pode ficar lá.
Tá certo.
Eles podem cair da cadeira e machucar-se.
Adagita vopa ahe, zodo nu go nu pa ipe salada, vi I ro ero. So bame ya to regi is the road. He adapehe kasi remer abremaji patalabo palakalada. So ta lorisel ko ta the base oje balatohe. Ka isalu saga oreri. Od Nikala Pape Kahisa Dia Ozo Donu Gonu Lape Noenu Tarofe Koreta Tajeo Kro Maninu Ia Don Koreta Do Hegel Do da Kaleka Kano Koda Zodameranu Mikala Zodo Odo Zoda Zodame Vorela Lape Zodia
Van Chudara Santor Lebre Sentir, van Fontaine Sentir Sentor. Was Sie noch alles wissen wollen, dann laufen Sie selber Gefahr, denn Sie sind ja selber Gefangene vom Teufel und von Ihrem Gesetzbuch. Van Chudara Sentir Sentor, van Chandler Sentir Sentor, van Tin 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 Tin.
Now let the gentleman come out.
Yes, good, yes. Now this will be a real treat to him tonight.
Yeah.
Yes.
We'll let him come out.
Right-ho, thank you, Sunrise. I should explain that Sunrise will let the gentleman come. Now, the gentleman is Sam. He is the husband of one of our sitters, and he comes every week. But his favorite method of communication is the trumpet. He thoroughly enjoys the trumpet. He's mastered it completely, and you'll be able to hear him in a minute or two how clearly he can speak through it. Well, here's Sam, and I say, here we are, here he is. And he's so pleased because it is a long time since we had the trumpet. Hello. Now then, you're recording to Hello there. Good.
Hello, Mother. Oh, isn't this good,
Aye.
Oh, it's just like old times again. Isn't it? Yeah.
That's good.
I'm very pleased to be here with you. And I always have a good time watching you know. Aye. And I hope you all have a really good year this year.
Thank you very much, Sam. Thank you.
Not only material, you know. Spiritual as well. Aye. Aye, well, if you have good health, you have everything else, yeah.
That's true. That's very true, yes.
And we do hope that this is going to go on and get much better in the future.
Good.
Aye.
Thank you very much, Sam.
You know I'm always with you, don't you, Mother? Yeah. I'm there with you, lass, always. Our Douglas is here. And Mona. Douglas is going to try and do the lights tonight, but we don't know whether there'll be enough power, but we try. Aye.
Good.
You know, I really can't see things, can you, on a thing like you have?
No, I just think that it's a pity we couldn't.
Aye.
No, we might get them on television sometime, can't we?
Oh, aye, that'd be all right, wouldn't it? Aye.
Yes.
Aye, it'd be good, that.
Yes.
Well, now, you aren't going to stay long, Mother. There's lots of people to come tonight, so I'm just going to say good night and God bless you, Mother. Good night and God bless you, Gladys. Cheerio, everybody. Cheerio.
Cheerio, Sam. Cheerio.
Carry on with the good work.
Aye.
Cheerio.
Right. Bye-bye. Well, that was Sam. You would no doubt hear him very clearly. And as he said, you heard him talk of Mona and Douglas. Well, they are his two children, or he and Mrs. Hildred's children, who are in spirit world. And Douglas, his boy, who passed away after as a baby, a few days old, has grown in the spirit world, and he produces our spirit lights, which you heard Sam say he hopes to produce later in the evening. So we'll see what happens, and if we have them, well, I can tell you about them, but unfortunately we can't record them. But we'll tell you about them if he manages to find sufficient power.
Störningar med sammanhanget som du förstår av hakegatt.
Tack, syster.
Hon är samtidig hos dig.
Jaha.
Men inte ögonblick att jag blir med dit. Hon är alltid av dig. Så pass upp vi icke. För det är en modighet, en andlig vän. Men nätten sein har jag knyttet till människor. Och den kan bära omkring dem alltid. Ja, kraften känner dem då. Jag är uppåt jag. Och jag känner mig så mycket gott. När jag kommer för att fråga och för att hälsa på er allesammans, så önskar jag kärleken må vara som ett bindeligt med en hjälp om mig. Och jag har alla. Och du ser då, ta då. Ja, det går hon. Och så är man ju nöjd till och måste svara henne. Ja, är det inte någon av mina svenska vänner som du har hälsat på?
Ja, det är mig. Du får det rydligt där. Därför så jag det. Jag är som en god vän att komma och sen har kärligheten sprit och blickar innebär inte sig. Jag har lyckats vad jag är. Och arbetar spiritualisten på samma sätt som jag arbetade borten men jag var på jorden.
Sonu fere shaji go yad blata elenu saha kelazod sobrazo do rei iton wazo gatisad girat tamel pireji das hoel quo kan tahazo di mezod od kumimahe tan bilohazo di en Sobata hio ginona peter regia ladi, gospel rede, obo lehe giaresam. Asalem oho rela kaba pire, das zodin nuris sadji kab, erem yadanahe. Ilahe, farezodim, zodin zoda, Adana gono yadatil, das omidsohe, sobai panu, panu, das sobala vepe to the meda plamal, odbujera ai, tapiate, yamoel, Zoda Karieka, Odo Domiranu, Odo Kitale Kaha, Zodo Reje, Late Zodia Redo Noko Mada, Watahe,
ken ik, dat ken ik. Nu gaat niet allemaal deels te bekend. Ken dat die bier is Italianen mee te niet, dat weet ik ken. Met Italianen mee te wachten, dat ook ken. Maar ken nog is geboren, is niet zeer, ken, du gaat niet naar het kind ken. Ken de staat zeer hoog gespint. Ken de staat zeer hoog gespint, ken. En daar oneer om te zeggen, en dan oneer om te de wil zeggen, en wil. In het licht mij te zien.
filmen. Genau das ist das habe ich mein, ja. Das werde ich nicht mit.
Now let the gentleman come out.
Yes, good, yes. Now this will be a real treat to him tonight. Yes.
We'll let him come, huh?
Right-ho, thank you, Sunrise. I should explain that Sunlighter will let the gentleman come. Now the gentleman is Sam. He is the husband of one of our sitters, and he comes every week. But his favorite method of communication is the trumpet. He thoroughly enjoys the trumpet. He's mastered it completely, and you'll be able to hear him in a minute or two how clearly he can speak through it. Well, here's Sam, and I say here we are, here he is, and he's so pleased because it is a long time since we had the trumpet. Hello. Now then, you're recording to Hello there. Good.
Hello, Mother. Hello. Oh, isn't this good, huh?
Aye.
Oh, that is just like old times again. Isn't it? Yeah.
That's good.
I'm very pleased to be here with you all. And I always have a good time watching you know. Aye. And I hope you all have a really good year this year.
Thank you very much, Sam. Thank you.
Not only material, you know. Spiritual as well. Aye. Aye, well, if you have good health, you have everything else, yeah?
That's true. That's very true, yes.
And we do hope that this is going to go on and get much better in the future.
Good.
Aye.
Thank you very much, Sam.
You know I'm always with you, don't you, Mother? Yeah. I'm there with you, lass, always. Our Douglas is here. And Mona. Douglas is going to try and do the lights tonight, but we don't know whether there'll be enough power, but we try. Aye. You know, well, you can't see things, can you, on a thing like you have?
No, I just think that it's a pity we couldn't.
Aye.
No, we might get them on television sometimes, can't we?
Oh, aye, that'd be all right, wouldn't it? Aye.
Yes.
Aye, it'd be good, that.
Yes.
Well, now, you're going to stay long, Mother. There's lots of people to come tonight, so I'm just going to say good night and God bless you, Mother. Good night and God bless you, Gladys. Cheerio, everybody. Cheerio.
Cheerio, Sam. Cheerio.
Carry on with the good work.
Aye.
Cheerio.
Right. Bye-bye. Well, that was Sam. You would no doubt hear him very clearly. And as he said, you heard him talk of Mona and Douglas. Well, they are his two children, or he and Mrs. Hildred's children, who are in spirit world. And Douglas, his boy, who passed away after as a baby, a few days old, has grown in the spirit world, and he produces our spirit lights, which you heard Sam say he hopes to produce later in the evening. So we'll see what happens, and if we have them, well, I can tell you about them, but unfortunately we can't record them. But we'll tell you about them if he manages to find sufficient power.
Yes, if you speak just as you do usually, it will be quite right. Well, that's very curious. I heard, as it were, Peter's voice, and thought you were imitating her.
Oh, I was trying to get rid of her, John.
Oh, did she want to come in for a little bit?
Yes.
Sandwiching in.
What I was trying to do was persuade her not to try to come here at all, but to try and let me speak as I wanted to speak.
Oh, yes.
But she resisted on trying to help me, John, and I...
No. But that's most interesting, because I distinctly heard two or three of her characteristic whispers, and wondered if she was coming through for a moment there. Oh yes, yes. The important thing now is to get a good few minutes from you. I think it's quite. Yes, there's no need for effort. You're quite distinct to that always. Yes, sir, yes. Have you met him again recently? Yes, it will be very welcome. Yes, the right direction. In the right direction. The building of the soul force, Johnny. Oh, they are fighting on our side. That's what I want them to understand. Wait slowly, waiting until they arrive on our side, Johnny. They must begin on board. And whatever efforts I bring them through you, I know they will learn one thing, Johnny. Yes, yes. So I have planned, if I may say so,
The date is December the 31st, 1964. Good evening, Professor Bender. My name is Raymond Donovan, and I think my friend Gerd Ludeman may have mentioned me to you as the custodian of the Rosemary records and all relevant documents compiled by the late Dr. Frederick H. Wood. This short talk is to give you a few details concerning the original of the recording you are about to hear. It was made at the International Institute of Psychical Research in London on July the 14th, 1938. The whole experiment being conducted under test conditions and supervised throughout by the late Dr. Nando Foda. It is the second such record to be made, the first one having been completed on May the 4th, 1936 under similar conditions and supervision, but this is the better of the two. You will hear the language of 18th Dynasty Egypt as spoken by the Lady Nona through Rosemary while the latter was in partial trance. I must apologize for the poor quality of the recording, but the original record is so badly scratched through frequent playing that nothing can be done to improve it. You see, it was always played on a portable hand-wind machine, which has a heavy sound box, this being the instrument Dr. Wood used when playing the record to illustrate the hundreds of lectures he gave on this important evidence of what he called extended survival. You might find it of interest, Professor, that this recording is made from that same old machine, a point which arises from the fact that the record itself is of limited adaptability and not suitable for modern instruments. Here, then, is the second record of the Nona Rosemary Egyptian.
King, Dr. Fuller, Farmer History, Marine, East, Evangelium, Estimida, Dia Hidden Dream, Peter Fallon, Institute, Netagate, Staff, Ufita Bern, Nati, Grass Sassuanti, divinami hüpfen, Marie. Take it. Divina. This is good, Marie. Nastiahum. Nastahum. Nisi. Yolma. Rotta di Gon. Lecha. Lecha di Din. Di Din. Augustin di Stellum. West. Aruna di Stellum. Reda. Gon. Tuta Perendin. Mistia Gen.
Thank you, Lola.
Посмотрите, пожалуйста. Можете не хочу. Так это, да?
Ooh. It's quite wonderful to get to know these composers as people, and it is, of course, a great privilege. Chopin is not at all like I might have thought he would be. He's not melancholy at all. He's quite light-hearted. His conversation is bantering, and he often teases and makes little jokes. He's a very quick worker. He works far more quickly than any of the other composers. And I've also found that he's very considerate. If he's been working with me and we've got, say, 2 pages of music written out, and then he finds my concentration is waning because I'm getting tired, he winds the piece of music off quickly so that it isn't left incomplete. But then sometime later, this can be weeks or months later, he'll come along and say, well, now I'll give you the rest of such and such a piece of music. And he'll give me quite a number of bars, perhaps 2 or 3 dozen bars, but instead of this being added to the end of the music, he tells me exactly where it has to be inserted in the music. I've also found that Schubert is a very delightful person, very lovable, very modest still, and quite a gay sort of person. And he communicates very smoothly and quietly. I think Schubert is the only one of the composers who sometimes alters music just after he's given it to me. We'll be working away and suddenly he will say, stop, I don't like those last 2 bars, cross them out and I'll give you something else. All the other composers seem to have the music prepared before they bring it to me, but it's as if Schubert is still composing the music as he actually gives it to me. I remember when he dictated Moment musical, after he completed it, I wondered what other people would think of it. And Liszt stepped forward and he said, that piece of music is both excellent and exquisite. And I found that a number of people agree with Liszt. I was delighted to find Liszt so generous in his praise of another composer's music, which I understand is typical of this great soul. When Liszt first began to communicate music to me at length, he used to do so by guiding my hands over the pianoforte keyboard, rather in the same manner as automatic writing is performed. But he has changed his method now, and he usually dictates music note by note, in the same way as some of the other composers. He usually speaks in excellent English, which I think he's practiced a great deal since leaving our world. But when excited, he lapses into German. Sometimes he uses French. I can usually see Liszt quite clearly whilst he's communicating, although there are times when I hear his voice but cannot see him at all. When he offered to transmit Grubelei to me, in the presence of 3 British Broadcasting Corporation officials, I felt his presence in the room at first. Then he appeared very clearly before me, looking very calm. He gave this piece of music by the process of dictation, and it was some weeks before I could play it passably well after having been given tuition by him. This turned out to be rather complicated for me to follow, as the key signature contains 6 sharps, and the time signature is 5/4 in one hand against 3/2 in the other. I was alarmed to find him attempting to communicate a piece of such a tricky nature, which appeared on paper to be disjointed. I asked him why he did not choose something more spectacular, such as a new Hungarian Rhapsody, which I thought would make a greater impression on the BBC officials. But he replied, with a little smile, that he thought the music he was giving to me would be far more impressive to them than a Hungarian Rhapsody. After I had taken down about 2 dozen bars from him, I wanted to hear what the music sounded like. On paper it appeared to me rather strange-looking, with accidentals thrown in apparently indiscriminately, strange-looking chords. So I turned to the BBC officials and asked whether they would mind if I tried to play it over. But alas, I found I couldn't play it because I couldn't get the right rhythm. I found it quite impossible to cope with 5/4 against 3/2. One of the BBC officials then offered to play it through, and he sat down at the piano, played what we got so far. Then he sat back, gazing at the manuscript in front of him, and there was a hush for a few seconds, and I wondered whether he was going to say, "Well, I don't think much of that." But he turned round to me very slowly and said, "Mrs. Brown, I think you've got something here." You can imagine how relieved I was to know that the music Liszt was dictating was actually something considered quite valuable. At first, I didn't care very much for Grubelei, but now it's grown on me, as some pieces of music can, and I think perhaps it's one of the most beautiful pieces that Liszt has ever dictated to me or given to me. He must by now have communicated some 200 pieces of pianoforte music of various types, Hungarian rhapsodies, very complicated pieces which are difficult to play, and some which are not so difficult but are perhaps quite enchanting to listen to. But I think of all the pieces he's given me, this one is the most precious to me, especially as he so kindly communicated it in front of witnesses.
Es ist laut. Ich hab Angst. Angst. Bloß Angst haben. Ich hab Angst.
Oh, this is Russell. Russell Boo. I thought I would just have a few words with you. We're here tonight in Barry's house. Well, it's not Barry's house as well, but I think you're coming tomorrow, or in a few hours' time. I'm not sure, that doesn't matter, because you're coming to talk to us tomorrow. I'm looking forward to that. Could you just turn that up just a little bit, please? That's right, otherwise we might get worried. The music's on. Well, I hope that you'll enjoy coming to see us tomorrow. Hello, Morris. Be nice to talk to you again. It won't be listening with Morris, will it? And Archie, it's a long time since I've spoken to you. I'm really looking forward to coming again. I'm going to have Alan coming as well. Alan, I haven't met you before, but I'm looking forward to speaking to you. I expect this will give you a surprise and you think, oh dear, who's that speaking? Well, it's me, said Elfin. Russell Burnham Boone. I think that's a bit loud, Pop. Just a bit loud, please. I'm sorry about turning the music up and down, but if we turn it right off, it means that Ruth might wake up because she doesn't like being in the choir. So we know what we're doing. So don't wonder why we've got the music going up and down. It's because Ruth, when she's asleep, she can hear it. Otherwise she gets a bit frightened. Oh, I've got to go back to someone else because I forgot. I haven't forgotten you. Mr. Playfair. Can I call you Guy? I don't expect you Guy Fawkes, are you? We'll make friends. Didn't mean to be rude calling you Guy Fawkes. I was only having a joke with you. Because you're not. You're Mr. Playfair. I'm looking forward to talking to you. I expect you've been waiting a long time to come. I'm wondering, Clover. Oh, perhaps I've let the cat out the bag. Perhaps you didn't know I was coming. I better not say to you, anyway, all I would like to say to you is, I promise we'll answer your questions and we'll do the very best that we can for you tomorrow, and then hopefully you can all come home. When you all come, give us a chance, because I know you all want to talk to us at once, but that don't matter. We'll try and answer all your questions like I said. I'm sorry if you think I've got a bit of a squeaky voice, but I'm Russell. We're not all perfect, are we? Never mind.
Yes, Peter. Good morning, Peter. Good morning, Peter. Yes.
This morning?
Yes.
Is that what the bee's for?
That's right, yes.
I can hear the bees buzzing.
Can you?
It isn't the one that got down Mr. Bill's collar. You know, I'm nearly at his neck.
No, no, Peter.
No, I can't go slow. I want to be a gramophone, and they didn't go slow. So I'll be a good gramophone this morning, can't I?
Yes.
Yes. All right, Mr. Bill.
Yes, Peter.
Doris here.
Good.
And she said, will I be good and quiet and give you her love?
Never mind.
Because she has got a lot to tell you this morning.
Good.
And she said that since you were here last time, she said that since you were here last time, you have had rather a difficult time, but she has been impressing you. I'm trying to help you through it, Mr. Bell.
Yes.
And try to remember after that she said that about 5, 6 weeks ago, you wanted her very specially. Specially. You were in a specially difficult time then, and you were thinking also about her talking. Doris talking. Am I being a good grandson?
Very good.
That's right. Is the bee there? Yes, yes it is. Yes, I can hear him. Yes, you guys. Not that way. All right. Mr. Bill,
Yes.
about that time that Doris Peter, he said, I'm trying to go slow. He said that there was another party over that happened.
Yes.
And it should have reminded you of her. It wasn't connected with her. It had nothing to do with her. But there was something about it that was like her talking to them.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
And Mr. Bill, just before that, you had been discussing symptoms
Glossolalia, la massation. Ma di Dio, sola di Dio, non la cibo, sono di Dava, di Diassa. Lo tomo di Satana di Dio per Anassia. Lo somo di Dio, so sole di Salana per Dio. Lo somo di Dio, sole di Salama di Dio, Satare, so sole, mi si, alla sciolta torre di Siala di Dio, so. Le sabandi Roma di Dio, so di loro. Le mosorti saranno di sole di osso, le nostre tradisi, le satana di Dio per Nascia, le vesso, le tiso. sole mi sana, ti ne assu, e ma tu lo so sia, ne si sto parlando di me so ne a tu le missia. Le massa sari, solanti, l'uomo di andare a tassore di pensare di soli, o le tio soli mi sono, ne ci saranno, ce la metti a stanza di dia sono di tu, le messa saziano, le dio solo di demontrare, e ma sa, loro ci di stare ma di dia stato loro ci. Le messica, tu so sia di vista la di docio, e ma te ci so sa di dia, sarà di demontrare, le ti so, ne dia, sarà ne di volena tu docio, le messo so, di dia sarà di demonstrare, tu le messo so. E ma su io pure mi assare di accettare gli altri solo ma di diotana la cadevissa da sciaccio dodici ma sciacciare gli uscio le messo totale di otto sciaccia le massara le attiate di otto ore di sciaccio di viso le alturi viso le antasizioni di saranno da roba di otto ore viso le sole di dossiore di si saranno andati di soli la terzi di viso saranno tutto di vedata la cadevissa. Ma tu ciò, mi si sa, di assoli di loro, mi diassi solo di la satani di dona sa, e mi faccia chiari di sia, a me ci sono di sicuro, ma di ate di caccia, non ci do, e ne ti assicuro, ma di non di solo ria. E lo so già sia andata di dove cacciare di date si, lo so ci portano da sala di si, sono, e ma se sapete di dottore, ne di sciuto, e data di da sia, la natizia, satone di sala, di vita satani di diazzo tu, le massoloti, le sciore di sola matata di tu, e sottoni di sisara, la matata di giù, e le scioti di mezzalona di attentati, sola, la mattina tu, e le tutto sarà sisa, e me che sia, la sottoni di solo, ma di attentato di asso sassani di le vostre andati di assestate di loro, ma di solo di amatari, io soli, sciore di salana di Dio, potete di Dio, e cercati di satana di Dio, potete di Dio, e se si sono una massa tanta, le tiffioni di Satana di Dio, torne da casa, e uccidisla, le tattassio, o le media, sulle possano le sciacciatati, le sara, ma di Dio sulle. Yasha, non tutto scirpe, sciatori, padateci fior, e bestia, terrenati, si su. O scione viti, la navata tu, le si patacciato, non lo uccisa, lo puma santa di Roma da danascia, la Dio satana di Dio, la mascia di Dio, so. Lei sa, tutti gli occhi sono da tutti gli uomini viciosi. Missioran tu le messa sara di dito, la matanata, lo so, di solo ma tu le messa, lo mestitara, anta si furono, ma già si furono invece, la Dio, la madre di Dio, lo so, la morsia, la da giro, ma sa, lo la tia soli, taran, ma dia soli, lo già si ha solo lo
Lo so io di Dio, ma io di Dio, lo già già ti sciuga la mattina, si sa che già tutto la mattina. Lo c'è già, non ti bene nasci, io tutti gli ossi, sta ma di Dio, c'è ti di ruppe, di piazza, sta con tutti gli ossi. E ti so già, tu, io ti
jadi burung bayang-bayang jatuh ke laut, terbang menjadi burung pengasuh. Dengar jadi malam Bandungan, malam Bandung menale bulan, tungkat alam. Dari laut itu malam tidur terbang dari laut, tidur terbang dari kota. Diriak kumbang seni lagi semeret, tali rantai meter dengan tambang rantai pirak, tambang gading. Burung tali rantai silan, main gelanggang tipat, amun harap selaman balai burung nganggar kelayar dunang. Betul banget. magulang. Sa magulang. derde yarıp duran aldım gönlümü günahımı şeyden. Oy yer gebeştir yolgadı çedir saldı doğan burganlar şeyden. Oy yerim yaklamılını çedi göktüm yere görse. Oy Allah'dan Allah'dan arıyı verir. Oy yerleri yerşeden. Oy yarı da yalan gözler. Atları vezan gözüken. Ağacımızın yanlardan sıkar. Kalktılar da askılarına gözler. Oy verden verden. Verden verden. Oy verden verden.
Stand with me right now. Just begin to lift your voice in worship, in pure worship, in the love of Almighty God. Love Him and praise His name. Worship and praise the name of the Lord.
Thank you, Lord Jesus. Praise God. Praise the Lord. Kiro yono motida dashiatia tomono kohonia. Oh, the healing grace.
Stonde hande hoki tai jeleleki tau. Jina mahande zinde de leki shute de. Azundela ekitan de lehik no na hai. Jina do holeki si de bokos de lehikai. Yeret ho, lang de gitar hai. Jule boku, jule koto. Azole hidinai.
Kishende de biyanda. Bokoshama handa kima sarada yendo shelele kiyanda yan. Ne tukun shondoro no masundara handa ema kure ma yando sobayanda. Ni kiando hondo ba hende shelalayanda. Mi kiondo baba yesele artusho loriandai. Mi lianda hande kiri anara da sondara da basi. Ni ondo sondara na hinkile lalahahi. Ni siande me kukiyama hande.
Let's listen to what the Holy Ghost is saying. If you have a message in tongues, let's listen to this message in tongues. The Bible says there is the gift of tongues and the gift of interpretation. So let's listen Stand up, sister, and give it to us.
Oliviasihi momoshandaliviasihi shambariahayam. Olifiki momosoliviamba sofiki mashandaliviasi. Ilaboko sandaliviahasha mariamba sofatiandese. Ilaboho sofi mishanda yashama dese. Hiki momasuka maria hasariatan sapohoseanda.
Now this is a message in other tongues. If you have the interpretation, would you stand? Let me recognize you, and then you can give the interpretation, all right? Give it out forcefully. Worship him in other tongues. Worship him in other tongues. Uramakashandre kiriyalabakaria. Oh, randakariata bahanadavadaya. Restelo. 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 Ingola Makase, Grasta, Indobohoshaya. Now let's praise him like it was already ours. Come on. So I just have a message in tongues. Okay, take that back there to her, Tim, if you will. Listen to this message in tongues.
Hamesala mariodo gozidi di himala koshidala masender mariondo. Vomiri sindel marienda la mahasidiana, vasela mavolo, lisela mahalienda la sonamodo, losala marienda digishana mahai.
For you see, my children, you have walked in deep truth tonight. You have had unveiled to you the desire of my heart. I want you to sit still and bask in it and revel in it and let it soak into your spirit. Do not rush out of the house of God after hearing such sacred things. Do not be in such a hurry. My servant is right. I want you to sit. I want you to praise me. I don't want you to be in a hurry, for I have changed your life this night, saith the Lord. Lift your hands and worship him.
Ich weiß, heute früh sind wir ins Büro gekommen und da hat bei uns draußen im Büroraum selber ist die Birne zersprungen. Dann habe ich noch zu meiner Kollegin gesagt, du, jetzt platzt die Birne im Chefzimmer und im gleichen Augenblick ist die schon geplatzt.
Ach. Und war da schon jemand im Chefzimmer drin?
Nein, da war noch niemand im Chefzimmer.
Und Sie haben Sie gesehen beide, wie die Birne...
Nein.
Was ist denn passiert? Haben Sie doch keine Angst, um Gottes Willen.
Nein, es ist bloß ein Bild runtergefallen.
Ein Bild ist runtergefallen. Ja. So, also jetzt beruhigen Sie sich, das ist nicht so schlimm. Lassen Sie ruhig die Bilder fallen, das ist nur halb so tragisch.
Ja.
Denn den Bildern passiert ja nichts und Ihnen ja auch nicht. Oder?
Nein.
Na, also.
Ich bin Nero. Ich bin der Dritte im Bunde.
Noch mehr.
So. Sie müssen mit in eine Scheißkassette. Und zwar mit allen zu dem Scheiß. Gelogen wird's wurscht gehen.
Und dann?
Und dann? Dann muss den Dreck bekannt geben. Wie? Was ist so eine Schmeide?
Irgendwo? Priesterkonferenz.
Zusammenrat. Priesterin.
So, dass an die meisten Leute rankommt. Kapiert?
Noch mehr.
Als Maul.
Noch mehr.
Wie soll er am Maul halten?
Noch mehr sagen.
Die Schwester müsse in ihrer Ordenskleidung gehen.
Noch mehr.
Nein.
Noch mehr. Noch mehr.
dass dem Papst muss Gehorsam geleisten.
Noch mehr.
Wir gehen an Pfarrer. Sie müssen wieder auf der Kanzel predigen, dass mich gibt. Und das Volk nicht hinführen.
Dass es den Teufel gibt, ne?
Ja! Das muss dem Volk bewusst gemacht werden.
Wenn er zurückkommt.
Für uns gibt's kein Zurück. Nee! In alle Ewigkeit!
Kein Zurück in alle Ewigkeit. Das ist das Furchtbare. Wenn es ein Zurück gäbe, wenn es einen Weg gäbe,
gibt's nicht zurück, von uns kommt niemand zurück.
The world is split for centuries upon centuries of time, has endeavored by influence, by impression, by thought force, has endeavored to change the thoughts of men with very, very little result. Man's gift of free will enables him, like the wayward child, to do the most stupid and childish things. Man is standing at this present moment on the brink of destruction, brought about by a few so-called brilliant minds. There are those in your world who support these people, who applaud them, consider them extraordinarily talented and clever and wise. I know it is man's natural instinct to be curious. Indeed, one might say that if it had not been for the curiosity of man through centuries of time, man to some extent would still be on the same level as the animal. Perhaps the time may yet come when man might wish that it stayed on that level. But I do not come necessarily, though it must seem like it, to strike a discordant note. I do not come deliberately with the intention of depressing you, but I do come with a sincere message, with a sincere hope, with a desire that in some miraculous way, it will have to be miraculous, we may be able to avert that which seems imminent. The devastation of various parts of the world could be brought about by a mistake. And one must remember that all science is by trial and error to reach knowledge. This was all very well 30, 40, 50, 100 years or so ago, but not today.
Für die Zukunft der Welt prophezei ich folgende Ereignisse. Das Jahr 1932 ist das Jahr, von dem spätere Geschlechter sagen werden, hier war erst der Weltkrieg zu Ende. Die kommende Zeit wird uns eine endgültige Lösung der Kriegsschuldenfrage bringen. Sie wird die Verhältnisse der Nationen zueinander wohl in dieser Frage klären, aber erneuert, trotz aller Abrüstungsverhandlungen und trotz des Völkerbundes, neue schwere Komplikationen, neuen Zwist und leider neue kriegerische Ereignisse bringen. Im Osten wird der Abschluss kriegerischer Ereignisse nur eine ganz kurze Unterbrechung neuer, gewaltsamer Auseinandersetzungen der Völker bringen. Trotzdem erlebt die Wirtschaft vieler Staaten einen Aufschwung nach jahrelanger Depression, wie das in Kriegszeiten immer der Fall ist. Amerika wird es wie immer verstehen, die Industrie und den Handel wieder anzukurbeln, die Arbeitslosigkeit einzudämmen und der leicht erschütterten Währung des Dollars die alte Stabilität zurückzugeben. Ganz besonders Russland wird ein Absatzgebiet sondergleichen bilden. Daran wird auch der 5-Jahresplan vorigen Jahres und der neue Plan Russlands nichts ändern. In Deutschland und Frankreich, ich nenne mit Absicht beide Länder nebeneinander, weil sie wirtschaftlich eine große Strecke miteinander gehen werden, kommt es zu einem starken Aufschwung des Handels. Es kommt aber vorerst auch zu außergewöhnlich starken Differenzen, die mit einem Kurswechsel in Deutschland zusammenhängen. Der Bolschewismus wird seinen stärksten Vorstoß versuchen, um an die Macht zu gelangen. Sein größter Gegner kommt aus dem Osten seiner Grenzen. Dort gibt es keinen Frieden von Dauer. Auch in Spanien findet die Nation keine innere Ruhe. Ein monarchistischer Putsch wird mühsam unterdrückt werden. Wir erleben den Tod eines der größten Finanzleute der Welt. Gandhi erkrankt ernstlich. In Indien bricht die Empörung aus und wird blutig niedergeschlagen. Das Staatsoberhaupt eines großen Staates schwebt in Lebensgefahr. Sogar Italien erlebt Unruhe. In Österreich gibt es einen Legitimistenputsch. In Ungarn bereitet sich die Herrschaft eines Habsburgers vor. Polen kommt in kriegerische Verwicklungen. Der Balkan bildet neuerdings einen Kriegsherd. Anschlag auf das Leben eines Balkanherrschers. Eine Zollunion wird vorbereitet, die scheitert. Die Länder verschließen hermetisch die Grenzen. Die Weltabrüstung bleibt leider eine Utopie. Die Abkehr vom Gold setzt sich durch. Das an all dem Elend dieser Zeitläufe schuld gewesen ist.
Yapa tasanti yati shama dati kiyapa. Sibiata shian mata sa katiyati shi. Yapa kasanya yebialti shamonia.
Halasuna makia koye. Hurpa yerpa kaniyana makasha. Hushana yerpa kuye kaniyerpa kia kaniye. Hurpa sana yerma kaniye. Hulari yana makio koye. Koye kashuntariye. Hariye suna makaye koye.
Da hat es immer wieder geknallt. Die ganze Geschichte dauert etwa eine halbe Stunde. In dieser halben Stunde sind die hintere Haustür zweimal und die vordere Haustür zweimal rausgefallen. Derselbe Vorgang hat sich dann in der nächsten Nacht wiederholt. Und dabei ist die hintere Haustür durch den Rahmen herausgeflogen und in einem Apfelbaum gelandet, wie das in der Abbildung gezeigt wird.
Das kam in der Zeitung?
Das steht in der Zeitung, ja. Dann hat sich dieser Vorfall in anderer Weise nochmal wiederholt, dadurch, dass von oben, aus den oberen Räumen, 4 Zimmertüren, 2 Sessel, 3 Stühle, Kleidungsstücke und noch alle möglichen anderen kleinen Gegenstände die Treppe heruntergefallen sind. Der ganze Vorgang dauerte etwa 4 Minuten. Meine Frau und ich waren in der Diele und haben das miterlebt, sodass die Treppe derart verstaut war, dass wir nicht mehr nach oben konnten.
Und das war ja zu einer Zeit, als wir, das Freiburger Institut, im Dezember schon hier waren.
Ja.
Und da haben wir ja darauf aufmerksam gemacht, wie wichtig es wäre, dass man nach einer eventuell auslösenden Person sucht.
Ja.
Und nun, wir wissen, dass es sehr häufig an Jugendlichen nennt. Und dann haben sie sich entschlossen, den Karl für einige Zeit in ein Hotel zu tun.
Ja, das ist ja an diesem Tag passiert, als ich den Jungen für 8 Tage in einem Hotel untergebracht habe. Und zwar um 20 Uhr habe ich ihn fortgebracht und um 22 Uhr passierte das mit dem Herunterstürzen der Möbel, der Türen von den oberen Räumen in die Diele rein.
Und wenn ich mich recht erinnere, haben Sie da nun Feuerwehr und Kriminalpolizei alarmiert?
Ja, meine Frau in ihrer Verzweiflung sagt, nun ruf die Polizei oder ruf jemand an.
Und darf ich mal die Hausherrin fragen, die kamen dann und was haben Sie gemacht?
Die haben sofort abgesperrt. Und
das Gelände abgesperrt.
Ja, und sind dann, einer ist hochgeklettert.
Hier an der Fassade.
Ja. Und kam dann wieder runter und wollte mir klar machen, dass jeder darauf klettern kann.
Aber die Polizei da einig, das müsste eine dritte Person, wer immer es wäre, und von oben gemacht haben. Ja, und wie hat sie sich dann geäußert? Sie hat ja abgesperrt, hat Spuren gesucht offenbar.
Nichts gefunden.
Und nichts gefunden.
Die dritte Phase begann mit einem eigenartigen Gekrächze, das in der Luft irgendwo vorhanden war, an verschiedenen Stellen. Das begleitete uns auch. Dieses Gekrächze ist im Tonband aufgenommen worden.
Und zwar Klopftöne und dieses Krächzen.
Und das Fallen der Möbel.
das ist ja sehr eindrucksvoll. Hatten Sie in diesem Augenblick Karl beobachtet?
Ja, der stand ja
neben ihm. Und
ich habe mich ja aus dem, wenn das Ganze
man kann ja solche Geräusche also imitatorisch hervorbringen.
Ja, aber das war nicht der Fall. Wir waren viel zu gespannt, weil ja dauernd...
Wo schienen die herzukommen? Kamen sie aus seinem Mund oder...
Ah, die kamen aus allen möglichen Ecken.
Hello.
Yeah, hello.
Goodbye.
How he did that. Now you're going to tell me how you knocked that settee over. Come on, tell me how you knocked it over.
By the bottom.
You what? You got it what?
Pulled it by the bottom.
Yes.
Underneath.
Underneath it, yes.
Yes.
And what did you do? Then what did you do?
Make Janet come in the room first.
Why did you have to make Janet come in the room first?
So she gets the blame.
So she gets the blame?
Yes.
Could you do it if Margaret came in the room first?
Might be out.
Or if Mrs. Hodgson came in the room first, could you do it then?
No, she's too old.
She's too old? Could you do it if I came in the room first?
No.
Well, what's age got to do with it? What difference does it make how
Take
old?
energy from young people, not old ones.
Oh, you only take energy?
Yes.
Why can't you take energy from old people?
I use it all in the day.
Pardon?
I use it all.
Oh, old people use more energy during the day. And do young people store it up then?
Yes.
How do you take their energy?
Electric shock.
You take it by electric shocks?
More.
Do you take electrical energy then?
Yes, I can.
If you can?
I can take electric.
You can take electrical
Yes.
energy? If you don't take that energy, could you tip the settee up if you didn't take that energy?
No, I couldn't.
You couldn't
Impossible.
do it? Impossible?
Yes.
You always have to use energy from people?
Yes.
Can't you take energy from anything else?
No.
You can't?
No.
What else can you do with energy?
Tip the chairs over, pull the plugs out.
Yeah, but you can do other things, can't you?
Put books through the window.
No, put books through the window. Who put the books through the window?
I did.
You did?
I took a shortcut and put it through it.
Ah, I see. How would you have done, if I'd have said to you, put that book through the window, without breaking the window, how would you have done it?
Opened the window and thrown it.
Sorry?
I opened the window and thrown it out.
You would have opened the window and thrown it out?
It's a package window, front room.
Yeah, but could you have thrown it through the glass itself without breaking the glass?
Yes.
How would you do that then?
Dematerialised it, wasn't I, in it?
You would dematerialise it?
Yes.
How do you do that then?
I don't know, but I'll do it somehow, don't I?
You don't know how you do it?
No. A gift.
It's a gift, is it? Well, surely you should know how to do it.
Paper.
Hello.
I don't know, my dear. Hello. That's not possible.
A little louder, darling.
Charlotte. Charlotte.
Charlotte. Charlotte.
My name is Charlotte.
Your name is Charlotte?
Yes.
You're very welcome, Charlotte.
I am here with Emily.
You're here with Emily. You're here with Emily.
Oh, bless you both.
Bless you both.
I find this very strange.
Do you, dear? I expect you do. We're very glad. We're so glad to have you. Is this Charlotte still?
Yes.
Yes, yes, dear.
I pray that you will forgive me.
Oh.
I am not very sure of my being able to come and speak at any length to you. It is many, many, many years since I was on your side of life.
Yes, right.
And my dear sister also
Yes.
finds some difficulty in manifesting in this fashion.
Yes.
We are in tune mentally
Yes.
oftentimes with
Yes.
peoples.
Yes.
I have been to you on occasions but have never spoken to you.
No.
when you write.
Oh, yes. I'm so grateful.
How long ago it is since we were on your side.
Yes. Yes.
And how things have changed.
Yes, my dear.
So much is unrecognizable.
Oh, yes, that is true.
The parsonage.
Parsonage, yes.
Yes. I have met so many souls.
Have you?
That I had not the joy of meeting when on your side of life.
No.
I have such great affection and regard for Jane Austen,
Oh, yes. Yes. Oh,
whom I have met here.
Oh, how lovely, yes.
And I am very concerned that I should perhaps still be able, in some measure,
yes,
to write and impress others
yes,
on your side of life.
Yes, I see.
Many thoughts that are penned in your world,
yes,
though the author may well take the credit,
yes,
and justifiably so,
yes,
oft time receives from us inspiration.
I'm sure.
We do not cease to work for the good of others. Humanity draws us very close to earth. And when we see, as we do see so often, the tragedies of life, whether they be in a collective sense or national sense, or whether they be in an individual life, we feel the need and the urgency to assist if possible.
Yes.
Oh, thou disembodied spirits, those of you that have grown old in the mysterious laws of spirit land, we greet thee. We have gathered here at the appointed time. We have complied with all the requirements to enable all of you to make your presence known. Members of the spirit world have long known of the intention of this important gathering tonight. All is in readiness. Please now, the time is at hand. Make yourself known to us. Any of you, please, manifest yourself in any way possible. Please let your united strength and knowledge aid Houdini in coming through. It is the spirit of Houdini we wish to contact. Houdini, are you here? Are you here, Houdini? Please manifest yourself in any way possible. Take from this earnest gathering any strength that may be necessary for you to use. Take any vital thing from us that you may need to enable you to carry out your promise of years ago. We have waited, Houdini, oh so long. Never have you been able to present the evidence you promised. And now, this is a night of nights. The world is listening. Harry, your world, your audience. And Bessie is here. Your Bessie, who is part of you for 33 years. She's here, Harry, pleading in her heart for a prearranged sign from you. It means so much to her, to all of us, to the world. Harry, we are all seekers after truth. Please manifest yourself by speaking through the trumpet. Lift it. Lift it. Speak through it. Speak. Speak, Harry. We are watching and waiting, Harry. Levitate the table. Move it. Lift the table. Move it. Rap on it. Spell out a code, Harry. Please. Ring the bell. Let its tinkle be heard around the world. Do it, Harry. Please. Please, Houdini, we are waiting. Bessie is waiting. Oh, thou spirits, your religion is based on love. And by that very token, a love of 33 years that have even entered into eternity. By that love, I ask that you come through with the evidence. By the love of the little silver-haired widow, by the love and esteem of the countless friends, the evidence, Harry,
And Houdini, Dash is listening in. Dash, Ardeen, your brother has joined us with a circle. He is formed in New York City, 3,000 miles away. He has joined with us to seek the truth. And the circle in Baltimore, Philadelphia is listening in Providence, in Chicago, Leonard, who was once a protege of yours, a circle in Portland, Maine, and in the faithful city of Detroit, in Victoria, Canada, Tacoma, Rockford, Oakland, and San Francisco, all over the world, all joining in. Come through, Harry. And Houdini, Colonel Harry Day, member of the British Parliament, has formed a circle in London, England. Colonel Day was your closest boyhood friend. Houdini, you must come through. And at the bottom of the world, Australia, the country where you made history, has joined in. We are crying to high heaven, to the powers that be. We are crying in one mighty magnetic voice from every corner of the earth, and the hearts and minds of the multitudes are centered here tonight. We want the evidence, the truth, in the name of humanity and love. If there is communication from the great beyond, come through with the evidence.
Then followed calm and silent meditation. And again, intense and dramatic soul pleading, in which Mrs. Houdini joined Dr. Saint. But no sign of Houdini. Spirit Land did not send a single emissary. At last, Dr. Saint, in a voice that broke, asked,
Mrs. Houdini, the 0 hour has passed. The 10 years are up. Have you reached a decision?
Yes. Houdini did not come through. My last hope is gone. I do not believe that Houdini can come back to me or to anyone. After faithfully following through the 10-year Houdini compact, using every type, medium, and seance, it is now my personal and positive belief that spirit communication in any form is impossible. I do not believe that ghosts or spirits exist. The Houdini shrine has burned for 10 years. I now reverently turn out the light. It is finished. Good night, Harry.
Ne solmače, treba derica šumota samadina dole dama gana, barabana to šate se pasono. Liginita po poselima. Nečin ta samadorita matanjoto poselemaga šata masamane jene te so. Dešili mesto moto i šata saletana kajuni, ki šoti izičen, de solemakana. Gashata passi vopistu varum spristuni. Nessolenacen tassada. Bone dishada massa massinacen. Desilibino tomoyana tagashata bassamalina. Deinecen tassa possi sharidana. Domoti gishoto molinata, gana balimoko shota simesi shoto dolinata banata yana de pesidi sheta zitiru nasa molimaka shana de balibineto bossi shasale bossi shasano de bolibana da yono to bossi yana. Deshita soligana bayona to bossi bassi machen disolimachin. Dolina gana da galimo konada te bisiti possono linacce da samossi shono dolina. Ia kashana da sada paletana. Descita solitana da gashata bassa li possono to shono to solina. No solina. Desciota politana gaiono topossimi desciano dalle moco sono. Descite se libi sono to mosceta san palipana ticoni che sciotto possi. Di limiti sono to iana da gasciotto possi pisili bissono. Basciata matti sciata possi pisili limiti sono. Dosso libana taglioni. Ja, du bist so weit weg von uns. Nesolinaccio. Weit weg. So weit. Desolità. Nesolimaka shata passa. Paritana tishoneti. Desolimaka nata. Galecone cachete silipissone tisho. Tishona to possama. Dono to gosho ti pisale pana. Paione ti cacheta. Zomotishata passa, galecona pascenata silipisonata passonata linata. Ja, das samate scheitchen, das sieht er. Nein, Meister, solitana tagasciata. Bascenata passa limocosciata passinit sci. Nein, ne solitana, taganit passi pisciata notishana. Ja, das sieht es schon. Desilimi sono toposi, tishoto posso natalino. Diona toposi, tasciata passi, pissa limiciti. Gonoto, polinata, ganata, calecono ponoti scete, simasi. Ja, casciana da si. Desilimi sono tasciati salitono. Yassata passi messi niti sciogien. Desidi bilimo sono tasciati niti sidi bisalitana. Alle sind sie Menschen, ja auch in Osttag. Dieser unselige Krieg. Nessoto. Bolinata, nesolitana, takashita, arme Menschen, nesolitana, takasha.
Šameo ruky postomio! Oh! Sì, šameo!
Dai, ummi! Dai, mamma,
الشمالي برضه لا عكس بعض برضه كده خدامين احنا خدامين ما فيش سمان بقى على الارض
سين سدر ألك مك لك في ردون تكتب رجت سيارة لك ملك لك في ردون في سين سدر أتاك لك رضا في الله حن يملك غاضا في حصار سين سدر ألك يخرجك لك فيه حين ملك لك ردك راسا صدر أيتوك رجك لك ملك لك رد كاملسي على ملك لك تدري أناج خلق لا تنبير جن تدري أناج خلق لك صنصار على باب الرسول صدر أيشك لك رج لك صنفي حين ملك لك لسن صدر أيتوك رجك لك كفدي حين ملك لك لسن صدر أيشوك لك رضا في الله حين ملك لك لسن صدر أيشوك رجك لك تنكير جن فوق أدام على هي لا إله إلا الله كملك رود كرطا بير سين صدر أيداء حين ملك لك لسن صدر أيشوك رجك لك كاملا على حق لا إله إلا الله كملك رود كرطا بير جتران كملك لسن صدر أيشوك رجك لك سن صدر أيتك لك بي حي لا إله إلا هو ملك رازا صدر أيتوك رجك لك سن كام حما ملك راضا كركا صدر أناجك لك ملك لك في دوال حين ملك لك لسن صدر أيتوك رجسا صدر ملك لا حين لك راضا كرسا صدر أشوك رجك لك لا حين ملك لك لسن صدر أيتوك رجك لك لك حما ملك لك في الله سبير جن صدر أشوك رجك لا على حق لا إله إلا الله كمالك لسن صاد كم لك سن صدر أيشوك رجك لك سن كما لك لا تنكي حين ملك لك رضا كركا كفر جتر سن صدر أيشوك كما لك لسن صدر أيشوك رجك لي كم لك سن صدر أيشوك رجك لك في الله حق لا إله إلا الله ثابت رجك لك.
Ik kan met koffie zitten. Ik kan koffie koffie. Ik kan koffie. Kijk maar. Es komt ons. Ik kan koffie fles koffie. Just kocht van het schiet. Want je kost me lachen. Je kocht lachen. Is kapot lachen. Ach, of course, koken kocht is. It's lachen. En ze vlogt het geschapen te sturen. En ze hebben het gedacht te yes, kom vlokken is. Yes, vlokken voest. Die schapen is lucht. Ik heb viskensuskel. Oh, yes. Es gibt immer Kunstkaufkunst. Es gibt Kunstgemacht.
That was very funny. Very funny indeed. You enjoyed that, didn't you? Can you speak English? Can you speak? You can understand me, but can you speak English?
No, still.
No, you can't.
No, still Scott. Of course, can get English.
Is there anything else you can tell me about what's happening now?
The Scotskan echt toestand. I just bist aan tanken.
dwaj bracia.
Hello. Hello. Yeah. Margaret's sleeping and talking. Margaret's sleeping and talking. Margaret's sleeping and talking. Wow. Wow, sleep. Mr. Brown's fell asleep and he's talking. Sound. Hello. Another food talking. Janet, Margaret and Betty are all asleep and it's talking. I will, yeah. Hello, Mr. Playfair. Margaret's asleep and I'm talking. I'm Brian. I'm Betty. Trying to sleep, where's it? Margaret's asleep. All right, late. Janet, tell Mr. Gross Margaret's asleep and I'm talking. Margaret, Janet, up at our steak and we're talking. Just Margaret. Oliver, Button, oh, the bang on the floor. I'm Margaret and Billy. Hello, late. Bang on the floor and they've all come up. Yeah. Yeah. That'll bring them all up. Hello. That well. Well, all is great. Well, late. They are. That's good. Who talking? I'm going to my name's Lucan. Bang on the floor and I'll shout. Pardon. Bring Graham up here. Yeah. Well, straight. Yeah, late. That's good. You're talking. Mr. Graves. Mr. Graves. Lights gone off. Lights gone off. Mr. Graves. Lights gone off. Lights gone off. Come on. If you don't come up and smash a window. Yeah. Bang on the wall again. Go on. All right, go on. Guess what? Janet, Margaret, they're asleep and we are talking. Come with the crowd. I go back again. With the crowd. Mr. Krabs. Mr. Krabs.
at what?
She's like this.
I'm delighted to be here.
That's so glad.
I'm not quite sure if you can hear me.
Hear you quite well.
Since I'm precisely doing nothing at the moment, I can't see how you can consider that I'm doing extremely well.
That's what Patrick was saying, something we hadn't heard yet.
I've never been known to say nothing.
Pretty very heavy on that, any sample?
I couldn't say something of value, and I'd much rather say nothing.
Who is speaking to?
This is most extraordinary.
That's right.
And then again, being dead is an extraordinary business, especially when you're talking to people on Earth who are supposed to be alive and are very much dull and dim and dead in consequence. Extraordinary business is this.
Yes.
Seems to have been a great deal of interest in my works, they said. Say precisely in consequence nothing of importance. Seems to be the general rule. Many people from this side invariably try to say a great deal, and in consequence say very little. The simple reason that we're having to utilize this extraordinary method of communication, why they cannot invent something more congenial, more suitable, more successful than this, I can't imagine. I suppose one must be grateful for mediums. It's a pity that mediums have to be human beings, because they're so difficult, so complex. Take this medium, for instance. If you would see this medium as I do from this side of life, you'd realize what we have to contend with.
That's why we can hear you quite well, friend.
Friend, may we have your name?
Why are you so concerned with my name? Surely what I say is far more important than my name.
Yes, but you'd be surprised.
My name got me into a great deal of trouble when I was on your side.
Oh, never mind.
Yes, it's very please take to other people, you see. They ask who it is, and we sometimes we can't tell, you see.
You can tell them it's Colonel Boget.
Oh. I don't think they might relish that, I don't know. Anyway, friends, we're very pleased to have you through anyway.
I'm sure you're much more pleased to have me through than I am to come.
Oh?
At least, perhaps to be more correct to say that I'm quite happy to come, but I certainly wish that you were much more congenial in trying to converse, to pass through to you my thoughts, through this particular method of communication, which may or may not be successful according to whatever way you happen to view it. But from my point of view, it's the most irritating business. Here am I trying to talk intelligently to you, and I find this fluctuating thing that I have to use makes it practically an impossibility. When one writes, though one has the medium of the pen, there is nothing to bar you from clearly putting down on paper your thoughts. But when you have to use another human being to demonstrate that which you feel intensely within yourself, I find it extremely irritating. But how can another person be responsible for that which I want to convey to you with clarity and intelligence? No individual can ever act as an instrument in the true sense. I remember way back, centuries ago now it must seem, if not to you, to me, when I used to try to get people to portray characters that I had created, and to say lines that I had given them. It used to sound often so strange to me, as if they were not my lines at all. Yet they were. The people very seldom seem to have the proper intonation, very seldom seem to be able to put the weight behind the right word, to convey the meaning behind the sentence, to give it authority and tone and colour. Invariably people were, with all due respect, very poor mediums. Same applies here, using a medium to communicate with you from the side of life. It's like using an actor on your side to try and use that person to impersonate, to give through, as it were, one's self, or that which one has written in the case of my plays. All very confusing. Oh, you might as well know. My name is Wilde.
Oh, so Wilde.
Oh, I've read your books. Yes.
How fortunate you are.
Yes.
I say how fortunate you are to have read my books.
Yes, I have. Yes, oh, good gracious. I got some of your books. I had some at least. A lot of your books.
I suppose I should be highly flattered to know that you've read my books and you've actually got one or two, which means that rather suggests that you bought them, which is very nice to know. Not that I'm getting any of the royalties. No doubt you belong to a very good library.
Mr. Wilde, can you tell us some of your life on the outside now? What you're doing?
Well, I must admit it's a relief to be asked to discuss one's life over here in preference to one's life when on Earth. Because in any case, my life when on Earth is pretty well known among the gossip mongers. If I were to say to you that my life here is not unlike my life on Earth, you'd probably be very horrified. But it happens to be perfectly true. And I've no regrets about it whatsoever. I'm perfectly happy and perfectly contented. And I live a life of delicious sin.
Ja. Nishodien, tishotoponatini, titigisholiman, logotoshotina, lomostisho, nitjenata, baliponitini, tishoti, ziliminochen, tisho, lisoina, dapatini, tikishoti, timostishosa. Malma koszety samotniczka polmimo primo primo. Nedziena ta zapasišos. Tai na to malidien tapkašio to samo. Jekti seičiani samolina kajoni. Tai tišoti sopoti. Tai šolina tikši. Nešarina teikšete zomatjena si šo, tomotini teikšete, netona teikšokoli, netjenata kotlasas mitsu, betjenata soti, netjenata.
Can you remember that secreto yamasya, romoji credo cala justite jorenina mayatorama. Amiano calamari de secralo, labro secra bananjuri manjati calabasya. Door busche dalu rumona na droppen habe ich nie gesprochen. Alle Romone, alles von meinem himmlischen Vater, bricht durch meinen Mund.
What was that? What was that?